Hi everyone, today we'd like to discuss the control class and how it works. I will show you a couple of matches and see if it really has improved or not. As you see, I have enabled only one level of the control class and I have worked in Judge, okay, because I think it's the hero from all these lists. I believe Judge and Faceless will be the two heroes that will benefit to increasing the glyphs of the hero. Okay, so I will show you the matches that I have prepared to try to identify if there is an improvement or no. I have already run everything to go faster. So first thing I always use is I use City always because it's a tank that doesn't do damage and it doesn't change too much. It's like a wall. And then I put a hero I would like to test to see how it works. Okay, so it will allow here to see how to recognize this class if it's enabled or no. And what we are going to see is a timer over the hero, this timer here, this white timer. This means the ability of the control class is there, okay, it's in place. It stays for 4 seconds and reduce the speed of the hero by 30%. Okay, so the question here will be, has this make any change in the game? How we have changed? So what I did is I went to defense teams and I tried a couple of teams that they are common teams, which is progress team with Judge, the pure control team of Amira with Faceless Jorge and Lian, and then the other version of using a Chaos with Faceless, which is Faceless Jorge and Cesar Aiden combo protected by Astaroth. Okay, so in this match, first thing was I use Taff, okay, Clever, Luther, Tristan, Artemis, Fafnir against Progress. This before was a 10-0. Before you were able to use Taff and kill Progress, no anymore. We are going to see a match of what happens here. Okay. You will see that the problem is going to be that Judge is going to slow down the team. Has already slowed 2 heroes, as you see here, okay, and it will be slowing down them 30%, and then it will slow the whole team, which makes Judge a better hero than what was before. As you see, it's slowing down the ultimate of Artemis. It has it has been able to protect from the ultimate of Artemis, and now Luther dead, and then Judge probably is going to now to slow down the whole team. It has not, yeah, you see there the timers. 4 heroes slow down 30% is a lot. Okay, and this is what happens here. So this is very important to know that now you cannot use stuff to kill progress. So then I went with the chaos version with Massey, then it was killing before 10-0. Now it doesn't kill 10-0. We go to 9-1. It's important to know. Let's see the video. Also very important that when we fail, we leave the whole progress team alive usually. And this is bad because leaving a progress team charge in arena is going to be very difficult to clean up. Okay, take this into account. But we'll see what happens here. You see the timers there, slowing down the team, slowing down the whole team. Again, 5 of them. Okay, and now it's game over because they don't have Cesar, so you only depend on Massive for doing damage, which it can do a lot of damage, so it will depend on Ginger to clean up the mushrooms. And the thing is, because you slow down Massey, it's not able to attack with all the mushrooms, and then Ginger will have time to clean up, which is what happens here now. You see all the timers. Okay, so this is game over now. We go fast. Okay, this is very important now because you cannot use the Massey Chaos team to kill this. You can still using nature with Oya, but again, Oya is a very good hero to need to use against progress, so take into account this. You can still using Astrid. Okay, the version of Ginger is usually better than the version of Astrid, only for progress. Okay, I prefer Astrid much better than Ginger, but particularly when you play progress versus progress, if you have Astrid, you will probably win. Okay, because it will put a lot of pressure in Julius, and if you lose Julius, you lose the team. Okay, And then the next one, I was trying to use staff, but using Kayla instead of Artemis. Again, 7-3, as you see. Okay, the next team was the Chaos team. Okay, we get 5-5 here. We'll see what happens here. Important again, like when we survive, almost all the heroes survive. Okay. This is going to be two heroes, and that's a stun. You will say faceless, pushing when they push a hero, it will slow down the whole team, and then it will also happen with Jorge ultimate. Jorge is not that relevant because already his ultimate doesn't allow the team to gain energy. Also, as you see, we are auto slowing down ourselves because Phobos and Faceless also have this. From the test looks like if you have another control hero, so you fight control hero against another control hero, there is not that much change. But teams like TAF that doesn't have control heroes, the difference is bigger. Okay, you see here using this was with Iris, this was Jorge, very bad with Jorge. Using Astrid 10-0, okay, against this team, quite easy. Then using Progress 3-7, this is an improvement because before with Progress without Luther, and with Luther you still winning before this team. At least I think it was 10-0, something close by. Now it's 3-7, so we see a difference here. Again, when there is a team that doesn't have a control hero and you have a control hero, that team, the team doesn't have control hero, is going to suffer. Because it's a big change, slowing down by 30%. See, now I have slowed down Artemis, Fafnir, Tristan, Clever, and all five of them with with Faceless. So, as I mentioned, Faceless and Jorge, I think, has been the best heroes again, getting this improvement. And then they have lost the whole damage, so this is over. Okay, the next one, I was trying to go with Octavia, 3-7. Okay, we can see a match here. It's going to end up until then, because for what I see, it's going to be interesting because usually Octavia is a team that does too much damage in a very short period of time. Seeing a timeout in Octavia versus Octavia, fighting against Octavia is funny because it's like, or they kill you in 20 seconds or they die in 40 seconds. Okay, what happened here is they lost Nebula, so they don't have that much. Then you see here the slowdown. We lost Asta. We're still winning, surprisingly. Wow, see the life. Aiden is saving this match. Let's go a little bit faster. Oh my god. Faceless Jorge. Slowing down forever. Okay, so you see what happens here. It's quite funny match. Okay, so draw with versus Octavia. Then with Nature, 0-10. Okay, again, Nature doesn't have any control hero. So you see when you don't have a control hero versus a control hero, they are struggling a little bit, particularly versus Faceless and Judge. See, let me go a little faster. Quite curious if we win this match because Astaroth is almost revival by Aiden. Aiden is that good hero. Like I think it's infravalorated in my opinion. Now again, it's slow down all the time. So I think enable one level of class of the control tank class is very important. Okay. Finally, I use the Amira team. Okay, I went with Progress 10-0. I went with Nature 7-3. I went with Eternity 9-1, and I went with Octavia 6-4, which is I was expecting much more, taking into account this thing has three control heroes. But of course, didn't use tough because tough is this team is the counter of tough. Okay, of the standard team is Fafnir, so it doesn't make any sense. But I was expecting better results against these teams. I know I was expecting much more, and it didn't happen. And here, okay, there are two heroes with control, but the Octavia team and the Nature team doesn't have control heroes. It's true that City is not at good time versus Magic teams, but I was expecting, particularly against these two, a better result, and it was not the case. Surprisingly, particularly against Octavia, because Octavia really, Jorge faced is a very hard counter against Octavia because it slowed down the team. So I was expecting much more, but it was not the case. Also, Siri has a lot of health and armor that is good versus Dante, well, surprisingly. And then finally, what I have done is I went with what I consider one of the best teams in the game, at least in attack, which is Fire Sibling with Tristan and Oya. And then a tank, you can use Galahad or you can use Clever. I prefer Astaroth because burns the energy of the last hero and Resurrection. This team has a lot of damage, so having like a bunker or in front of like Astaroth is okay. But you see, but if you use this team, it's 10-0. What I wanted to show here, it was more at the end of the day, a new hero will be better than these classes. A new super skin will be better than moving the clips to level 60. If the super skin is a very relevant skin, so take this into account, like because it's not that it's a change that I particularly, as we saw before, particularly for progress, there is a change. But for the rest of the teams that I have seen, it's an improvement sometimes, something you need to be careful, but it's not like a totally new thing or they have break the game. Not at all. Okay. Please let me know if you would like to test any team versus any team or any other class that you would like to review, and I am happy to help there. Thank you and see you soon.